Welcome back to artofdino.com. It's time to dive into Postcards from Earth, the latest from Darren Aronofsky, who I absolutely love as a director. Requiem, Pi, The Fountain, I consider one of the greatest movies. It's my top 10 movies easily for its effect on me, its music, it's everything, the whole story about it, the whole thing. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. So I love Darren Aronofsky. I always rush to see his movies. I haven't liked the latter ones, but I loved The Fountain up until then, and a few others. Noah I thought was pretty awesome too. But I love this guy and I respect him, and so I wanted to check out really badly the Postcards from Earth that is playing at the Sphere in Vegas. So I had to, someone finally posted it on YouTube, and that's where I took the clip from, and I'll put the video below or the link below. But wow, it's cool, what a cool concept and idea, but what a bunch of anti-flat earth propaganda to the max. First of all, it's the first film to play in the Sphere, besides the YouTube brainwashing concert fest. But these tickets are up to like $300, starting at about $180 or $150 at least, probably the lowest, for pretty much a 40-minute film or less. And it's in the Sphere. Keep that in mind. It is the ultimate brainwashing device for the anti-flat earth. So this is definitely a little bit of a spoiler. I'm only going to show little images from it because it looks cool. It's directed very well, and it's pretty awesome in itself. But wow, the story is ridiculous, and propaganda based on it and surrounding it and engulfing it is substantial. So I wanted to talk about it here and see if they put any kind of clues in there, and we'll see what we get here. So they start off in the pod that's traveling to a distant new Earth. We're going to do this kind of quick, but these guys are in their life-sustaining pods, and this is Aronofsky and whoever, the artists, and I'm sure they hired a lot of people to help produce this because it's massive. I can't even imagine what the cameras look like. It's all very impressive. But they've got the Native American and pretty much the African, and they are the ones that are starting this new realm. And so they're waking up from their cryogenic sleep, and they have to remember where they came from. So the images they give them in the Sphere, there it is. The globe is how it zooms in right at the beginning. And so they start off from that. Boom, in here, into the mountains, into the nature, into everything, with subtle hinting at ancient civilizations, but never what we talk about. But they're showing the Grand Canyon places that I think, again, clearly look like old mining things, ruins of a mine, or definitely ruins of an ancient civilization that lived along this canal and flourished. Egyptian style, who knows? The way distant ancient past. And I wouldn't be surprised if they, look at that. That looks like it was a structure at some point of a civilization we can't even grasp. That as well. Again, a structure. Could be a mine again, but what they tell us is just a guaranteed garbage. And what this film promotes in the thoughts surrounding it, again, all follow that mainstream thought process. Look at these even. I feel like they even showed certain parts that were like hinting at all of us, the arches as well. Again, an ancient, amazing civilization. Not mentioned, but hinted at for those who can see it, I guess. But boom, and then they start with the life that starts in the sea. There was all this desert around it. Like all of this, it seems so, when you realize that they lie constantly and they set everything in reverse and they set everything the opposite, you can immediately feel the wrongness of a lot of this stuff that once gripped you like very much. I used to love a lot of these thoughts and the process that this guy's thinking, but again, he blames all of us. He's not blaming the people that ruined the world, that actually really did. He blames us, the people that are watching, that paid to see this. So he shows the animals, it starts off, life started off this way. No mention of any ancient civilization. We are clearly the first, like that puts out, and wait till you see how humans come into the mix. It's pretty interesting, and the footage is very amazing and very beautiful and very awesome. The nature, it's like a great nature documentary, but boom, when the humans come in, they're immediately just fruit pickers. They're miners, they're fruit pickers, and they add on the typical kind of like whatever stuff, but boom, and then they immediately go into kind of the cultivators, and part of that is, that is what humans have done, obviously, but that's not how it began, and that's just isn't the way. I mean, they do the arts, they paid homage with these. This is kind of interesting. Put it in certain places, and they showed definitely these. We raised monuments inspired by the monumental. Definitely read the clips below. I inserted those for particular reasons, but I wanted to just get this done pretty quick. But look at the ones, and just the certain ones that they pick, and again, just leaving out all the stuff that we all think about and talk about, and just acting like these things kind of were, I don't know, obviously they can't get the footage from ancient times, but again, the people are seeing certain imagery, and they're seeing it definitely defying what a lot of people have done in research. And I look at this one right here as as like the rings, concentric rings of the world. I feel like they also were letting out hints, because these people all know, they're able to know. They're able to know the information. They're able to come up with as many ways as they can to change it, and change what people think, and steer them away from what they know, so they can be part of the club. And they do show amazing places again, but it's, there's so much more that they're missing, and they could, and someone is going to dare to go that way in a documentary, a really epic proportion ones. But I thought this was interesting too, the modern music right there with all the speakers in the ancient place, that who knows what that was specifically designed for and what its true purpose was. They almost look like giant frames in some giant's gallery or something. But then this, still we grew, boom. It's just like, all these things that they're blaming us for. We did all this stuff. The people in there, you guys are responsible for this. It's not the people that did the damage and set things wrong and controlled all this thing. A billion schemes, they particularly say, but they say a lot more. I recommend definitely checking it out. You guys got to see it. I may not be giving off the full power of it, but it can very easily be seen one way as whoa, like, oh, what are we doing, and it's very fearful and all this stuff, and it can be seen in another way as just pure rubbish. This was pretty cool. This mining zone is definitely very interesting. Always very curious about the salt mines. He doesn't go into the underground, the underworld, the ruins of the catacombs. None of that stuff that would continue to push the boundaries. It's always just the right amount. The oil derricks, the things people know, the things people can latch on to, the things people know are evil, the things that people can associate with destruction and with corporations and greed, and like the sulfur mines and all this stuff. But again, it's not the people that are really struggling to survive for meager pay that are totally to blame for the things they've done. It's this system that makes them do it and continues to keep their boot on them. And so, yeah, CC Muse up there, I don't know, check her out, but that's the one who decided to put out a good video, and she did a good job. She pans around all the stuff that we destroyed, what we had loved. It's not the people dropping the bombs and the mess people in charge that are just created all these machines to destroy all the ancient beautiful things that were once here, and the civilization that's completely hidden from all this, even though they show things like this, again, the ethereal temple tops and the ethereal connectors, and then connected with the lightning scene. And then the devastation again, the news, boom, all this stuff, it's headed in this direction. So we must leave the earth. We all had to leave the earth behind in order to make it heal, and so that it could relax. Kind of probably what they were trying with the COVID thing. Everybody stay inside. Look at the moon base, the space station, and then they zoom out on the sphere that changes shape and dimension every single time you see it, and the clouds over the top of the atmosphere. Look at how spherical that puppy is. As the lights go out, we left of our own accord. We wanted to leave. We had the ability, we had the technology to go into space and leave. Instead of going beyond the poles and the places you're forbidden, we went up, and we continued. We had this the rockets that blow up every second were someday able to go up and continue and take all of our people to another place. We gave her space and time to heal. And then there's the moon with the base on the dark side, which I thought was also very interesting that they kind of show that. Obviously, this is the faker future part, but we perched on the edge of the unknown. We all went up to the moon. We all evacuated. But those rockets, those ones we figured that out. The ones that keep exploding. And then all this stuff, the imagery, we let the earth re-blossom itself. And then it grew back. It nursemaid, without us, our nursemaid was able to heal, return to the garden she once had been. It's all of you people that are doing all this. Every single one of you. It's not the ones that are actually doing the actions. It's them, but a little bit. But it's also the beautiful, peaceful people that are not really doing anything bad at all. And then so they show this. They show the people doing these feats, doing these different things. These are people coming back, the elite coming back to enjoy their earth and just be able to do whatever they want in a totally peaceful and clean place, which is the ultimate goal that I think they want here. And the people are creepy as heck. Looks like Zuckerberg. And then boom, we knew we could not all return. Only the select ones. We would smother her again. There's no land beyond the poles. We're very finite. There's not infinite. There's not other civilizations out there. This isn't a tiny place. Flat Earth to flat Earth, which they show, I find very interesting. This space station has a flat Earth in the background. The sphere is gone and they're up, and it also matches to the horizon. It matches your eyes almost in every scene. A little bit of a slip up there, but it definitely seems the highest of all the ones that they've shown, and it's flat. And this is the Exodus. We're just going deeper into the depths of space. We're actually able to do this at some point in time. We can't even go to the moon. We can't do that anymore, all this stuff, but we'll be able to do this, guys. And then all this part is great. This seed, these two were supposedly in love at one point. And here's their ethereal seed that comes out, which, wait till you see what this puppy does. Their technology is so advanced, and don't worry, ours will be too someday. These guys, important people have it all figured out. But you came with someone you could live a lifetime with. And then, I love that it's the people it is too. The seed drops. This technology booms. It looks like a corona, another thing. It drops right into the thing, resonates out, and it's just life starts growing everywhere. They couldn't have done that back on Earth. I don't understand why they couldn't have done that and then gone back. And then it was always less people, but they still couldn't do it. So how many people are they trying to get? Like this whole vision, this whole disgusting thing. And now you can start to see, as you look at the earlier imagery too, just what a bunch of hogwash and just NASA-inspired drivel that is just so useless and so pointless that it's just, it hurts to look at. It's cringeworthy, and it stinks because, Darren Aronofsky's so awesome, and you'd love to see him utilize the truth and the other things, or even just question the different possibilities and do it in a way that's very well thought out and detailed and amazing. But he doesn't. They never will. They never can. But someone's got to find out the truth, and it's going to come, but not from sources like this. They'll still continue to hide and let out little things, but this is a massive propaganda tool. Everyone that goes into believing is going to come out thinking something about this, the negative thought and this possibility of space and all of this stuff, everything connected to that. The rabbit hole just keeps unfurling because there's so much attached to that ultimate propaganda device of the spherical, constantly changing, mathematically not working theory that they believe is firmly reality, even though no one can prove it. You can only prove the flat one. So we'll see what happens. But I hope you all check it out. Check out the link below. Again, Darren Aronofsky, you're the man still. You good movies. I still love The Fountain. I'll never not like that movie. And boom, but I would like to check out the Sphere because I believe that type of illusion would be really cool to experience. I used to like Omnis when I was a kid, and so again, this would be cool. Would I pay $200 to go see it? Absolutely not, especially knowing what this was. But if it was something else comes in the future that could be pretty cool, then maybe if I ever find myself in Vegas again, which I probably won't, it would be a thing to check out. But either way, not totally bashing it, but again, beware of what you're watching and make sure you're not just gobbling it up, because there's a lot more out there, and again, they always steer you in the wrong direction. So I'm here to just free you from that path and just find your own train of thought, because it's better than what they're pumping out. I guarantee it. And go back to the ancients, take in what they got, see what happens until we can find the truth, which hopefully is coming, because people out there know it, we know it, and hopefully we can maybe tap into it. But either way, truth is coming. So bless you all.